I'm Janet Connor, and I'm a prayer artist. And today, Friday, September 27th, 2019, is a very special prayer day for me. I want to share it with you and hopefully get you started in the process so that someday you too can be celebrating a very sacred day of prayer. Today is the 1000th day that I have said my solar vow. I have three foundational prayers that I say every day. I like to call them vows because of the power of that word. I write the first one on January 1st, the solar vow, and I say it every day as I begin my soul writing. And then on the 1 degree of Aries, when the new zodiac year is beginning, for this year it was April 5th. In 2020, I think it's March 23rd. Whatever that day is, I then very prayerfully receive a lunar vow. And then on my birthday, which is in June, as I'm starting a new personal year with a new vibration, first I have a consultation with Emma Cooper Mitchell, the greatest depth numerologist on the planet. And then once I have some sense of this year I'm stepping into, I ask for and receive my personal year vow. And I bless every new journal when I create a new journal. The first thing I do to sanctify it is write my solar vow, my lunar vow, and my personal year vow. Now, I have them memorized, but I like to write them because as a deep soul writer, you know that power of your voice, your heart, your whole body in your hand, making a commitment in writing, that'll change your world. And then every day I track. So here's today. I'm making you this recording on Thursday. And you can see that it is the 269th day of this year. But I have been saying my solar vow. Now this is the third year. And so you see, it's the 999th day of saying this particular prayer. And so I want to make this recording for you so that you can watch it on the 1000th day. I will be in deep soul writing silence offline. It's the first day of a 3-day dark moon. So I'll be in prayer. So I'm recording it for you today. So here's the story behind my solar vow, and maybe it will inspire you to write your own vow. And I don't think you have to wait till January 1st. We'll all do it together in the Lotus and the Lily, which will open in November. But I think you can write your prayer any day you want. On January 1st of 2017, I'm in my third year, remember? I always take January 1st as a holy day, sacred day, offline, create my mandala for the new year. And I don't know why, but I picked up this precious book and reread, not for the first time, the foreword written by Jim Finley, who was, Thomas Merton was his novice master at Gethsemane for 6.5 years. So when Kathleen Deignan put together this fabulous, you want a taste of Thomas Merton, this is the best way to get kind of a taste of Thomas Merton. So it's snippets of his prayers and his prose divided into the 7 days of the week. And you can dive into Thomas Merton a little bit every day. So I don't know why, because I know this book very, very well, use it all the time. But on that particular January 1st, I reread the foreword written by Jim Finley. And after quoting that outrageous story about realizing we are full of paradise without even knowing it, a quote from Merton, Jim Finley writes this: "We do not know we are full of paradise because we are so full of our own noise that we cannot hear God singing us and all things into being." This is why we do deep soul writing. This is why we do the prayer intensives. This is why we get quiet at the dark moon and on the solar new year, because we need to get out of our noise. So Jim writes, and so Merton shows us the way home. He surrenders to God in silence. He surrenders so completely to God's silence that when he begins to speak, his voice and God's voice merge in a polyphony of grace and glory that causes our own heart to begin to stir and awaken. This just took my breath away, even though I'd probably read it 3 or 4 times before. You can see that I underlined it, I started. I knew it was very important, and I wrote the date, New Year's Day, 2017, because the second I read that sentence, I put this down. I picked up my journal at the time, and I wrote on January 1st, 2017, I rewrite that date on every new journal, this prayer. I surrender so completely to Sophia's love. Sophia is the name of the divine feminine for me, beloved vibration of Sophia. I surrender so completely to Sophia's love that when I begin to speak, my voice and Sophia's voice merge in a harmony of grace, beauty, and love that causes hearts to stop, stir, awaken, and surrender to love. And I proceeded to say that vow, being willing to surrender so completely to Sophia's love, I began to say it on January 1st of 2017. And here we are on Friday the 27th, the 1000th day. Sometime in later 2017, it morphed into a chant. So I don't say it, I sing it. I surrender so completely to Sophia's love that when I begin to speak, my voice and Sophia's voice merge in a harmony of grace, beauty, and love that causes hearts to stop, stir, awaken, and surrender to love. Saying that prayer for 1,000 days has changed everything. Now, mind you, when I wrote it on January 1st of 2017, that wasn't my intention. I have given up that whole intention stuff. I think that's old self-help. We've moved beyond that. The age of intention is over. This is the age of surrender. This is the age of trusting the divine feminine, getting out of her way. So I had no intention, no idea, no even desire that this prayer would take over my life and change my life. But it has. Because of the surrender. If I surrender so completely to Sophia's love, then she's in charge. And she wakes me up in the middle of the night and says, prayer artist. She wakes me up under the trees in Minneapolis, downloading Goddess Rising, an initiation ceremony that's coming next year. She brought me this astonishing experience of the dragon anointing that I received for healing your 3 wombs, a prayer intensive that's just ending. And that gave birth just a couple of days ago to the entire purpose of everything I'll be doing in 2020, and I think beyond. And it is to make love visible. That's my job as a prayer artist. I am here to make love visible in my life and call you to make love visible in yours. And so, thank you for celebrating with me the 1000th day. If you say a prayer, a vow like this, that comes from deep within your body, that comes because you do surrender to love, and you say it for 1,000 days and beyond, I'll still be saying it on the 1001st day. I promise you, the Divine Feminine will say, yes, beloved, yes. And so I leave you with my beautiful prayer. I surrender so completely to Sophia's love that when I begin to speak, my voice and Sophia's voice merge in a harmony of grace, beauty, and love, calling hearts to stop, stir, awaken, and surrender to love. That's my hope for you, my wish for you. Make love visible. Surrender to love.